My fiance humiliated me in front of his family over money, so I made a decision that shocked everyone at dinner. I didn't react because I was emotional. I reacted because I was finally done being reduced to a joke. And the moment I stopped protecting his image, the truth hit the whole room at once. My fiancé didn't just criticize me. He humiliated me in front of his entire family over money. Made it sound like I was irresponsible, like I was a burden. Everyone laughed it off. I didn't. And what I did next shocked the whole table. Money had always been a sensitive topic between us. Not because I was careless, but because he liked control. He earned slightly more than me, and somehow that turned into him acting like he carried everything. Like he was the responsible one and I was just there. At first it came in small comments. I handle the serious stuff. You're not great with finances. I brushed it off. It didn't feel worth arguing over. I told myself it was just his way of talking. But over time those comments didn't stay between us. They became part of how he spoke about me to other people. Little jokes, small digs, casual remarks that made me look less capable than I actually was. And the truth, I paid my share. I handled my own responsibilities. I just didn't turn it into a performance. But he did, and I stayed quiet, because I thought respect didn't need to be demanded. I didn't realize silence wasn't protecting the relationship. It was protecting his behavior. The dinner started like any other. Family gathered, food on the table, casual conversations flowing. Nothing out of place until the topic shifted, money. And just like that, I felt it coming. He laughed, that same tone. Good thing I'm the one handling money, otherwise we'd be broke. A few people chuckled. I smiled out of habit, not because it was funny. But it didn't stop, he kept going. Talking about how I struggle with budgeting, how I don't really get it. Turning me into a story, into entertainment, into something smaller than I was. And no one challenged it. They just listened. Some nodded, like it was normal, like it was true. And sitting there, I felt it clearly. I wasn't being teased. I was being redefined in front of people who didn't know better. And he was comfortable doing it. That's what hit the hardest. Not the words, the ease. The breaking point came mid-law. He made another comment, this one about me needing supervision with money. And some things inside me didn't react. It settled. No embarrassment. No anger. Just clarity. I wasn't being joked about. I was being disrespected with an audience. And suddenly, it didn't feel like something I could ignore anymore. Because if I stayed quiet again, this would just become another story he tells, another version of me that wasn't real, and I refused to keep playing that role. So I reached for my ring, right there at the table, slid it off slowly, and set it down in front of him. The sound of it hitting the table, louder than anything he had said all night. The entire room went silent. I looked at him, then at everyone else, and said steady and clear, if you need to make me look small to feel big, you're not someone I can build future with. No one moved. No one even breathed. So I added, you don't get to disrespect me publicly and still call me your partner. Still calm, still controlled. And then I stood up. No hesitation, no apology. Because honestly, respect isn't something you negotiate after it's been repeatedly ignored. And for the first time, I chose myself in front of everyone. The reaction was instant. Shock, confusion. His family looking between us like they were trying to process what just happened. He tried to laugh it off at first. Like it was a joke. Like I was being dramatic. But it didn't land. Because the room had already shifted. Later the messages came, apologies, explanations. I didn't mean it like that. You're overreacting. You embarrassed me. That last one, I almost laughed. You don't get to humiliate me publicly and then complain when I stop accepting it publicly. Friends had opinions. Some said I did exactly what needed to be done. Others said I went too far, that I could handle it privately, and maybe I could have. But I kept thinking about something. He didn't humiliate me privately. He chose an audience, and I chose one too. Because the problem wasn't the dinner. It was the pattern, and the fact that I finally refused to continue it. People don't stop disrespecting you when they feel bad. They stop when you stop allowing it. Maybe I could have waited. Maybe I could have talked to him later. But respect shouldn't disappear just because there's an audience. And silence shouldn't be the price of keeping peace. People say you shouldn't make big decisions in emotional moments. But that didn't feel emotional. It felt clear. If someone shows you exactly how they see you, especially in front of others, should you ignore it or believe it? So I believed it, and I acted on it. Was I wrong?